Hey guys, it's Shadow, and today we are going to be playing some Planet Coaster. Now, I actually already started this series. If you haven't already, go see part 1. I didn't do too much, but I did build a building, and it kind of introduces what you can already see in the park, which, yeah, you might be interested in. So, go check that out if you haven't already. Now, today we are going to be continuing on what I've already started. Right here I was kind of starting to build the little entranceway. It's not really an accessible building to the front. The front is more kind of decoration, but the back is actually another restroom and oh my gosh, it was a hat store, I believe. Yeah, wait, was it a hat store or was it a balloon store? I think it was a hat store. Anyway, now, this was actually really fun to build, to be honest. Now, this is actually really cool. I don't know if you guys know about this. I kind of learned about this just from doing some research before I started building this. But if you don't know, this building is actually based off of a real life building. It shares similar looks. Honestly, the one in the game is a lot bigger than the real life one. But this is based off the Campbell House in Toronto, I believe Canada. Yeah, Toronto, Canada. Let me kind of read a little bit of history from it. The house was originally located on a plot of land 1.5 kilometers southeast of its current location at the intersection of what is now Adelaide Street, I believe, and Frederick Street. I'm so sorry. If you're from Toronto and I'm screwing this up, I am so sorry. But basically what happened is the house was passed down from generation to generation. No, it wasn't generation. It was a guy's house and then he passed it down to his wife, and once his wife died, they passed it down to their heirs in their, what do you call it? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. But basically it was passed down to whoever was their heir, and then once they died, I believe it was in the 19th century what was it? 1972. They basically, like, the whole town had become kind of not a residential place, but like the whole town was commercial and businesses. Businesses had already been throughout the house. They kind of already worked in there and whatnot. But what they were gonna do was gonna tear down the house. So some business owners kind of bought it out and were like, okay, let's try to find a place to relocate it to. They found a place about, I think it was like 5,305 feet away, and they literally tore it up out of the ground and moved it across town, pretty much. Now, this was kind of crazy because they had it on trucks, and like it just drew in a crowd. Like, if you ever look up pictures of it, search it on Google, Campbell House, and there's actually pictures of whenever they moved it. And it almost looks like people are carrying the house. It's almost creepy. But to see this whole giant, almost like mansion house moving down the street it's just a crazy sight. So I encourage you to go look up the history of that. I learned something new from doing it, so it's really cool. Now right here, I'm building a little fountain up front. I just wanted a little bit of decoration. There's a little bit of area like that on the real house. So I was like, okay, let's kind of do something like that. And I don't know if you can't see it yet, but on my current save, the fountain actually glitched out. It like reproduced the water, so it looks like there's like a stretch of water effect that goes to absolutely nowhere, and it makes no sense to me. But anyway, I kind of rerouted the main entrance here just to kind of fit that in. I think it looks amazing, and I'm definitely glad I did it. Now, really, I don't even know why I did this. I just kind of wanted it to look more like the real house than it already did, so I threw that in for almost no good reason. I kind of like, I don't know if you noticed this, but how I turned those little rectangle windows, I turned them sideways and put them down, and they almost look like I believe they're the basement windows, or kind of like basement grates that are on the real life house. It's kind of a little useful use of it because they already look like gates, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, as you can see, these windows, they look like they're barred up, so that's usually what basement windows are consisted of, is just bars. But anyway, I digress. Now, as you can see, I kind of like I didn't overlay, but I offset the walls to make it kind of look like it's got a little jut out. Like, I can't do a huge one, but I did just enough to make it look like that. But, yeah, whenever I put down those pillars, I really didn't expect them to be that tall. I really didn't. They took up almost 3.5 stories tall, which is kind of crazy, honestly. I thought it was just going to be maybe like 1.5, but really, yeah, it was more like 2.5, not 3.5. I'm just kind of speaking out of my butt here, whatever. But yeah, it was really nice, and I figured out how to use these little like roof sections here to kind of make it look perfect. It really, I might even go back to my other build and kind of do that if it's necessary. I don't really know if it is or not. But yeah, I just kept doing this, and honestly, I wanted to get a window that would fit in up on this like higher level up there, like right above where I'm building right now. But there really, yeah, this is where I'm working on it. There really wasn't anything that matched the picture, so I kind of just made this little thing here, which is, I just took a normal window and put 2 half circles on each side, and it kind of looks like an oval window. The real life house actually does have like an oval shaped window up there. I don't know if there's a room up there or anything, but that's just a feature that I kind of wish was in the game. Like, we need more windows and doors, like different types. Then we need different types of everything. I'm just kind of saying that. But yeah, here I continue work on the roof. I thought it was really cool. It fit together pretty much perfectly. I tried looking online to see if I can find any pictures of the back of the house, but I really couldn't. So the back of the house is just kind of made up from what I would kind of think it would look like. I'm not entirely sure if it really would look like that, but it looks nice nonetheless. Coming up soon, hang on, let me see. Yeah, coming up soon, the game actually crashed again. Or no, it didn't crash actually, my recording. I forgot to turn it on. So the back of the house will be kind of built like in an instant like that. And don't worry, I might, like, if you guys like really want to see me building that, I'll go back and build it. But I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see that. It's just, I don't know. It was just kind of another thing where it was me building really slow and taking my time trying to get everything perfect. And in the end, it kind of came out perfect, and I do like it. So, anyways, I just thought I'd let you guys know that before you're just like, oh, where'd the back of the house come from? It just appeared there. Yeah, pretty much it just appeared there. But yeah, you guys should definitely, like, if you see anything that I need to change or you'd like me to change, leave it in the comments, and I'll definitely do it in the next video. This whole series is kind of going to be a thing, like, you're watching the video right now, you comment, and I do whatever you say in the comment in the next video, and it's going to be kind of a, I'm going to say it's going to be a never-ending series, but I don't know if it'll ever end. And this is kind of cool. Before it jumps real quick, I actually like what I did here. I grabbed some of those metal pillars, and they kind of look like, there's the back of the house, but they kind of look like, oh my gosh, what are they called? Rain gutters. So I thought that was a neat little touch that I did there. It was kind of cool. But here I am working on the path. I ended up putting a path around the whole house, because the last house that I did on the last episode, I didn't really include the back in the build. I mean, it was there, but it wasn't very prominent. So in this video, in this one, I definitely wanted to include the back. So I started kind of doing this. I built around the edge, and I was just going to put a garden there. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, wait, I can still put a garden here and kind of include a little shortcut too. So I did that. And here I am working on the front of the, I'm going to say garden, but the front of the house pretty much. As you can see, I kept using this grass everywhere, just like I did in the last video, because I know the grass looks really good in this game, I mean, honestly, if you zoom in on it, it looks dang near realistic, but it just doesn't look 3D enough whenever you're up, like, not close to it. And I also use these rocks as kind of like, I wouldn't say a barricade because I end up using a guardrail here anyway, but they are kind of a nice little touch. I've seen quite a few other people use it like that, so I just thought I'd do it too. Now I'm starting to really, really like these purple and the purple bushes and the white flowered bushes. They're very beautiful, and they go in pretty much everywhere. Like, they fit really good. Honestly, I don't know if if anybody in real life was to build a garden, I don't think it would be anything like this, because this looks like somebody planted a bunch of floral plants and just let them overgrow. That's just my kind of opinion of it. But see, I use these everywhere, honestly. I didn't want to use them too much, so I kind of separated them with some bushes and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I just really like it. And I like the idea that this is like a 17th century home. And then you've got like the whole pirate theme going on around it too. It's really cool. I'm probably going to keep, like, whenever I keep doing these episodes and putting buildings in, I might always, I'm not going to say always, but I'm going to base my my building off of like Googled pictures. And then I'll always have my own touch to it. And maybe sometimes I'll come up with some for my own if I start getting experienced with it enough. But as you see here, I started putting this guardrail around, and it just adds a nice little touch. People tend to not walk through them as you would presume that they do. But yeah, now it starts turning nighttime, and I actually started doing some lighting here. Every time I play the game, I forget to pause it, honestly. So, like, whenever I'm building the building itself, I want to pause it during the daytime so I know what's going on. But yeah, it's kind of a little thing that I do. I just don't think about it. But I tend to use these spotlights a lot just because, honestly, they provide a very good small distance light. Whenever you want to light up a whole building, just use the spotlight, or not the spotlights, but the, oh my gosh, I don't remember what they're called. The bigger lights that cast a lot more lighting, those are the better ones for that. So that's just my kind of tip here. No professional or anything, but yeah, I don't know, it helps out a lot. Here I actually started doing kind of, it's like another little garden area that you can walk into, but you can't really walk into. Like, like if anybody has ever made a garden before that has like decorations in it that they look like they're supposed to be used, but you're not really supposed to use them. They're just for decoration. It's kind of like this. Like, if people could walk on the colored floors, not just the pathways, but if people could walk there as well, then that would definitely be useful. And I kind of use these guardrails around it because it kind of looks nice. And like I mentioned in the last video, honestly, I wish the creators of Project Coaster, oh my gosh, what is their name? Frontier. I kind of wish they would make guardrails, like, the straight ones and the curved ones are not the same at all. Like, I know they're both wood, but they don't match really. Like, I kind of wish the curved guardrails, I wish they would make a straight version just like that one, so it's like identical to it and it would match up perfectly. And then for the straight guardrail that we currently have, make a curved one exactly like that. And then honestly, that would just be a lot better. It'd help with building some stuff, honestly. Now here you see me placing some more of these just because I realized that on the front of the building I had quite a few of them, and then I never placed any on the back, and I was like, oh wait, that should probably be an inclusion, so I threw it in and it looks pretty good. Honestly, there's only like one that you can see after I've gardened everything out, like, because I put a lot of flowers and bushes and whatever you want. I put a lot of them around just to make it kind of look like this is an old building and it's all grown up. Right here, I actually deleted that door because this is where I put the bathrooms and the hat stand in here. And I started working on this, and I believe I just finished it, like, pretty much. Once I started, I was like, okay, I'm just going to finish it and get over with. Yeah, I believe that's the hat store right there and then the bathroom there. And I ended up changing the tile in here because it just didn't really match. Even though it is a good tile, it is kind of piratey, and I use it everywhere else. But indoors, it wasn't really that great. But here, I zone up a little bit of an area because, well, here I am working on the path. But I zoned up a little bit of an area back there that you can't access. But I used it for lighting purposes, honestly. It was really good because you got that accent wood color in there, and then you've got the brick wall. And I believe that I painted the floor black. Blah, 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 blah. If I could stop stuttering, whatever. But I painted the floor black just because, like, I don't know. It's only for lighting. Those windows are kind of for effect. They're not for anything specific. Here I was actually choosing a sign because I wanted to put a sign because I was thinking in real life you wouldn't know to go in there because it's so overgrown and everything looks like it's fake anyway. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not supposed to go in there, so I'm not going to go in there. So I ended up putting a restroom sign there, and I put the hat sign right there. And I believe, yeah, I ended up putting another sign over here, so you just kind of know, like, hey, there's a bathroom coming up. You should probably stop if you need to. Even though there's literally 2 bathrooms right at the front, because the other building in the part 1 build, that was a bathroom as well. I might actually end up changing that out, because I think it would be cool to have everybody coming here for the bathroom instead. Maybe use the building for something else. I don't know. But I actually have a bigger plan for this building other than just being decoration and a store building. I really, this is like honestly my fantasy for this building. I want, whenever we build a coaster, I want the coaster to swerve through this building and then like hit a brake pad before you go into the building. So you're going really slow speeds. And you're going through this building and you see the insides that you wouldn't otherwise see from the ground. Like, you have to get on the coaster to see this. I thought that would just be such a cool idea to have. Kind of like how, like, I don't know what the Six Flags in your area is like because pretty much everyone has one in their area. But the Six Flags in my area has a runaway mine train. And the runaway mine train has parts where it's fast. But it also has parts where I actually messed up right there. But there's also parts where like it'll be going slow and you're able to go through these old saloon areas and it almost tells like a story while you're going through it. And I thought that would be such an cool idea for this game, honestly. I think right here I actually had a glitch. I don't think you can see it yet, but one of the lights that I was placing down, the green one, whenever I went to replace them and put them like deeper in the ground so you couldn't physically see them, the green one actually glitched, so I had to kind of just leave it there. It was kind of an odd glitch, but you know, we had to deal with it, whatever. It's there and nobody cares. See, I put that one lower and then I couldn't click on the green one for whatever reason. So I grabbed another color and threw it down and just kind of left the green one there. So now we have 3 colors. And here I am just kind of doing, well, I already did the decorating in the room, but I'm doing the lighting at night. That way I could see what I was doing. I might, honestly, I don't know if I like those, but I do like the idea of having the light because you can see a little bit better. But yeah, I might end up going back and putting something else on that brick wall to the right now. Because honestly, whenever you go in there, it feels kind of bland on that wall because there's not much in there other than the one skull. But I started putting down these lamps, and whenever I started putting down more, I finally realized, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to put every single one on the guardrail. So I ended up getting the normal lights, not the hanging lights and not the square ones, but the rounded ones. And I started placing them individually on the floor one by one. So like I would place them along the path where I could. And right here I was kind of lighting up the sign as I could. There's no good way to do that, but I think I found a way. Yeah, that's what I did. I just put a lamp in the ground. Really, once more props are introduced, I might go back on this porch and kind of edit it, because right now it feels very empty. Now that I think about it, I guess I could have put in some like guards or something on this porch, or maybe some cannons. But yeah, currently there's just not much to put up there. I probably could have put some barrels or something, but Anyway, I'll come back to that as the time allows. But right here, I was kind of doing some lighting, lighting up the flag. And then on the other side, I did realize, depending on which way the sun is orientated, or the moon in this case, you cannot actually place a light on like a flag surface. And it's kind of strange. I was like, why is that a thing? But I just kind of carried on. I didn't really pay much attention to it. Right here, I'm doing all these lights, putting them down. I think it looks better this way with them on the ground, because they almost look like, what are they called, floodlights? They look more like that than, like, the lighting reminds me of it, not the light itself. But the lighting reminds me of floodlights whenever you do that. And I thought it looked pretty neat, so I might do more of that in the future. I don't know. It's totally up to what you guys think. I definitely like hearing your opinions. So, like, if you have any kind of opinion, let me know in the comments. Because I will either reply or I will address it in the next video. And that's the way it's always going to stay. Because that's just how I kind of work as a YouTuber. Like, if you ever comment... Like, literally every single comment I've ever gotten in the last, like, 3 years that I've had this channel, every single one of them I've either replied to or I've addressed on a video. So, like, if you want to get noticed on my channel, literally comment. That is the best way to do it. Liking videos always helps, but the comments allows for more content and more discussion. So that's just, it's a perfect way to talk to me. If you don't personally know me, you can definitely start feeling like you personally know me, because like I'm talking directly to you. So it's just kind of it's an awesome way to talk, honestly. But anyway, I just started decorating this little area. I believe the area on the other side that's almost identical to this, I am going to actually decorate it in the next video. I think what I'm going to do is kind of just a double-sided building there. I don't know. I just kind of want, maybe like a saloon kind of thing. I don't really know. It would be nice kind of to do that. But here I am throwing in some more guardrails and throwing in trees and making sure there's that water glitch right there. That was the weirdest glitch I've ever seen. I don't know if it's going to stay throughout the series, and I really hope it doesn't. But it is kind of a weird one that maybe Frontier could fix. But yeah, it's there. It's weird. It's wacky. It's crazy. And it's just like me. So I'm throwing in some more last minute lighting here. And that was pretty much it. The lighting was, I think, the last thing that I did. I threw in a couple more decorations, but that was pretty much it. At this point, it was just finished off. But I started doing some lighting on the little barrel roll right here, and I think it turned out really good, because you got the yellow on one side and the cyan on the other side. I'm not sure how much I like the lighting on the rowboat, because it's like, it's red and green. It almost looks Christmassy. But I really love the lighting on the fountain, because you got pink on one side, green on one side, and the cyan in the front. Wait, no, it's straight blue in the front. And then I did all the lanterns on the side, and they glow too, and it's crazy. It's just, it looks so good. You know, whenever you're looking at it from this angle, it just looks like a bunch of floodlights. It looks so good. I love it, guys. So anyway, this has been the video. I'm going to leave you guys with some post-production stuff, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!